at the very heart of what it means to be a mother. Is it defined by a genetic link, or is it the act of actually giving birth?
So then, what does surrogacy mean? Gestational surrogacy is a procedure in which the genetic material of the intended mother and father is taken and is implanted in the surrogate mother, who carries the child to term. A commercial model for surrogacy allows the surrogate to also be paid solely for carrying the child for the intended parents. In contrast, an altruistic model of surrogacy is one in which the surrogate can be reimbursed for expenses only related to the pregnancy. In Canada, we try to promote altruistic surrogacy with no profit motive. While this is positive, as it avoids the commercialization of children and surrogates, the Canadian laws on the subject are few. They can be summed up by the following. Number 1. No person shall pay consideration to a female person to be a surrogate mother, offer to pay such consideration, or advertise that it will be paid. Number 2. No person shall counsel or induce a female person to become a surrogate mother, knowing or having reason to believe that the female person is under 21 years of age. As for the other laws, there are none. Specifics are worked out between parents and lawyers, who have few guidelines to follow themselves. Laws regarding rights to the child are equally minimal as the child grows up. The average cost of surrogacy in Canada is $76,500. The cost could include anything from an insurance policy purchased to protect the surrogate mother's family, to DNA diagnostics to ensure the baby is genetically related to the intended parents. But by far, the most expensive component of the process is the surrogate mother expenses, which can total up to $34,000, which is about half of the total cost. Surrogate mother expenses include costs pre-pregnancy, during pregnancy, and any additional expenses she may require. These expenses could include anything such as traveling to and from clinics, childcare of other children, lost wages, food, airfare and accommodations, clothing, medications, expenses for C-section birth, and expenses for bed rest. The second most expensive component is the IVF cycle cost, and third is $10,000 for legal representation for both parties. Women who choose to become surrogate mothers might feel various psychological impacts. A study showed that after giving birth, some women felt an urge to avoid separation from the child, and some did not. Regardless, they all had to undergo prior psychological preparation for relinquishment. One could argue that this ruptures the natural biology of pregnancy. Through surrogacy, procreative abilities of surrogate women might be perceived as a commodity, which is thought to also diminish the value of the child's life. Surrogacy can also be a resource for homosexual couples or individual men and women who want to create a family. Some might argue that this changing family structure has an impact on the development of the child, but the intended parents might still be able to provide an optimal social development. It is instinctual for humans to reproduce. From the perspective of intended parents who turn to surrogacy for altruistic reasons, the value of their child will not be diminished. In 2000, I was honored to be chosen as a gestational surrogate for a Maryland couple and carry and deliver their boy and girl twins, Victoria and Peter. I had a wonderful and rewarding experience, and it is a pure joy to see the family I helped create, growing and loving life to the fullest.
At the conference, I did get asked a question. Has surrogacy changed your life? The answer I gave was, surrogacy hasn't changed my life. It gave my life.